Well, hey there, everybody. It's time to take another look at a retro game, and this time we're not hitting the consoles. We're not going with our SNESes or NESes or Genesis. No, we are going Windows XP style. We're grabbing another legend of abandonware. This is Oni, which was made by Bungie. You know Bungie. We'll go over that. You definitely know Bungie. You might be sitting there thinking, like, how do I know Bungie? If you know, you know. If you don't, then you do, because I'll tell you, and you'll be like, oh, dang, I do know. Anyway, but Oni was conceived out of the idea that there were two games crushing it super hard on consoles back in the day. Tomb Raider and GoldenEye. Those two games were crushing it extra hard. Everybody loved them. They were winning all the awards. And so Oni was designed to combine the, polygon sexy adventure of Tomb Raider and the hard-hitting action of GoldenEye. And very much like No One Lives Forever, there's the other abandonware game that I have reviewed. And by the way, I need to show you No One Lives Forever 2 because it's excellent. I love that game. Anyway, but very much like No One Lives Forever, this is abandonware. But this game is super beloved. People who remember it very fondly. So how does a game like this even become abandonware? Well, let's go through it, and I'll try to make this quick, but I probably won't. So, Bungie created this game. They were the publisher of games like the Myth series and the Marathon series before they got acquired by Microsoft. And they got acquired by Microsoft because they were making a little game that Microsoft was very much interested in, a game called Halo Combat Evolved. Yeah, so that's why Microsoft bought Bungie in 2000. But Oni was done in 2000. It was released in January of 2001, and so it was finished before it was bought by Microsoft and released after. In 2007, Bungie split from Microsoft and began publishing through Activision. That's where they made Destiny and Destiny 2 in 2010 and 2017, respectively. And then in 2019, Bungie said goodbye to Activision, and they began publishing their own updates and hosting their own servers for the Destiny games, which remain online to this day. And in 2022, they were acquired by Sony Digital Entertainment and are expected to continue to publish under their own name, but who knows? Who knows where it goes from here? And better yet, who knows who actually owns the copyright on Oni? Because it was done before they were acquired by Microsoft, but it was released after. So does Microsoft own it? But then they split from Microsoft, and Microsoft definitely held on to the Halo franchise as intellectual property, but did they hold on to Oni? It would take an army of lawyers to figure this stuff out, which is why it's abandonware, which is why you can get it for free. That's right, free. You don't have to pay for it. It is a free, legendary Windows XP game. So, there you go. Super much cool that you can get it for free. It's the kind of thing that I would pay money for, but I don't have to. The fans have kept it alive. And at the end of this video, I will show you where and how, and I will include links. I'm always saying that I will do that, and then I forget. This time it will happen. And if it doesn't happen, after me promising that it will happen, then you can roast me in the comments section for sure. Anyway, so, yeah. After all of this, Oni is abandonware, and because it got immediately overshadowed by Halo, which came out in 2001, same year as Oni, just, came out in June, and Oni came out in January. So, 6 months of separation, and then it was completely overshadowed. And so there was a very small window of time for people who wanted to really get into this game because it really wasn't pushed by Microsoft. Not that I remember. They may have done some things for it, but I kind of doubt it, and I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah. The game itself is excellent. You've been seeing footage of it this whole time. The cutscenes, the opening scene that it shows. Like, I remember watching the opening scene for Diablo 2, and it was this, we thought it was cinematic. It would be fun to go back and look at it today and be like, wow, this is pixelated as all get out. But, back in the day, we thought it was incredible. But yeah, I looked at the cutscene, the opening intro scene for Oni today, and it looks like classic 90s anime. Like, with that high contrast shading and stuff, looks really, really good. And yeah, it feels cool. It's a cool game. And it was designed to look cool. They were like, what if you could go full Jackie Chan on some fools? And you pretty much can. And one of the reasons why people love this game so much, aside from the fact that it looks like a really cool anime, and has a lot of anime influence, people say it was inspired by Ghost in the Shell, even Akira. I'm not seeing the Akira Ghost in the Shell for sure. But yeah, inspired by anime, definitely, and has that anime look and feel. But, like, what is it like to play? Well, it's a true joy and a gem and a delight to play because, a lot of these beat-em-up type action adventure games, which is what this is, it's action adventure with a heavy amount of beat-em-up, they are, often bogged down in the complexity of their own controls. Oni is not. Oni, you can seriously learn everything you need to know and actually feel like you have reasonably mastered the combo system while you're still playing the tutorial. Like, it is that easy. Now, I will say this. I've seen comments where people have been like, man, I remember playing this with a controller, but there's no controller support now. Yeah, that's true. There is not. There is no controller support. I wish there were. But there are a lot of fans who have modded this game, and I will show you that as well. You can access all of the mods just through the same way that you're going to use to run this game in Windows 10, because you don't have to run this on an old computer. You can download it and then run it on your Windows XP machine, or alternately, you can not run it on a Windows XP machine and instead run it in Windows 10 by running the Anniversary Edition patch, which I will show you how to do that as well. But that lets you play this Windows XP game perfectly and lets you play it on modern hardware, which is really cool. I will say one thing, though. It has currently, this is the thing that drives me crazy, why you're going to see it look a little weird in the screen capture. is because it doesn't support 2K. I do my gaming in 2K resolution, you know, because there's 1K, that's your original HD, 2K is allegedly twice that, 4K is twice that, and then 8K is twice that, obviously. Anyway, so, and I know that there are people who do 8K gaming, but 8K gaming is not like, not everything can run in 8K, and not everybody can afford the type of setup that you would need for that, and I certainly can't. And 4K, the benefits of 4K over 2K are so slight that I am not inclined to make the hundreds of dollars investment that it would take to take me out of the 2K era, which, by the way, you can pick up 2K monitors for cheap. Like, for real. You can get really good 2K monitors that are, you know, if you don't tell people that it's 2K, they might think it's 4K. Because the difference between the two, there's a diminishing margin of returns on the Ks. Anyway, regardless, I'm not going to bog you down with K knowledge of resolutions and whatnot, but somebody patched it so that you can play it in either HD, in, you know, the 1080p, basically, or in 4K, but not 2K. There is no 2K resolution. So I end up playing it windowed in a window that takes up most but not all of my screen. So yeah, that's the difference between 2K and the difference between 2K and 4K. If I put it in 4K, it takes up slightly more of my screen than it should, and so it laps over onto the edge a little bit. And I have a dual monitor setup, so I could have it lapping over onto the other monitor, but that just, there's a bezel in the way. It feels dumb. So I don't do it. I'd rather play it smaller on a single screen with, you know, my stuff in the background rather than, yeah, that's why the screen capture looks a little wonkalicious. But there are patches to unlock all of the screen resolutions. All of these things have been fixed. Anyway, but yeah, let's get back to the gameplay, because this is where this game shines, and this is why people love it. Everything is as intuitive and as simple as it could possibly be. I don't know why nobody else has just steal this exact method for a combo-based game. Like, just steal it. Because there's nothing else like it. It's super streamlined. It's super awesome. People love it. The people who know about it love it. Just steal it. It's begging to be stolen. So, yeah, somebody definitely needs to make a combo-based beat-em-up for modern hardware using the Oni system. Because here's how it works. Very simple, very straightforward. So, to throw your opponent, just get really close and hit the attack button. And if they're not currently attacking you, you'll pull off a throw. And depending on which of the two punch and kick or the two attack buttons, depending on which one you push, will depend on the type of throw. And whether or not you're running at them, you know, other factors will affect and make different throws. And indeed, there are combo throws that you can throw in there as well. The combo system is super easy. Just attack more than once, and you start doing combos just automatically. So that's awesome, because you don't have to memorize a bunch of inputs. You just go full ham on a guy and you will combo. And then parrying could not be more simple. You do nothing, because your default is to parry. If they hit you with the strong attack, they're going to knock you down. But aside from that, you're going to be fine and you're going to parry those regular attacks. So that's super awesome. That's really cool. And it looks cool, it feels cool. The whole cyberpunk thing is awesome. I love cyberpunk stuff, especially from this era. So yeah, love this game. It is excellent. You should get it because it's free and it's super fun. And let's give it a final score, and then I'll show you how and where to get it. I give this one an 8 out of a possible 10 Kate Archers. And now let's talk about where you have to go to get it. So here is the first link. This is where it sends you, is to My Abandonware for Oni. And they have a bunch of other stuff too. House of the Dead, Mario Teaches Typing. That's where I learned to type. Oregon Trail Deluxe. There you go. Sid Meier's Civilization. Yeah. The original Prince of Persia. Yeah, they've got more than 20,000 old games to download for free. They really do. And it's really cool. So, yeah, My Abandonware is a cool site to be hanging out on anyway. And they have everything, you know, by ranking. And so, yeah, latest releases, all the things. They've got really cool stuff. And so you download Oni. This is going to give you an ISO file. You mount that ISO. How do you mount an ISO? You right click on it and then you click mount. And then you run it. There you go. Like, you hit the auto run and it'll install, or you hit the setup.exe and it will install. Because when you mount the ISO, like, if any of this is over your head, like, trust me, it is so much simpler than it sounds. I would walk you through every single step of this, but I've already done it and I don't want to uninstall it and potentially lose my game save. So yeah, not doing that. But yeah, download the ISO here. The only thing is, and there's a bunch of cool stuff. There's like weapons and enemies and whatnot that I didn't even show you in game. Oh, big head mode. Yeah, that's how you know. That is how you know it is of an era. Anyway, so yeah, download the game, and then once you've got that downloaded, mount that ISO, run it, and then you get the game installed. Here's my suggestion. When it asks you whether or not you would like to create a desktop icon, don't. Because it'll make you an Oni icon, but you will not be able to run the game through that unless you're downloading it onto your Windows XP machine, which, why are you on the internet on your XP machine? You're going to get viruses. Get off the internet. Anyway, so once you have that downloaded, then you need to go to the second place and you need to get the Anniversary Edition. So yeah, here is where you get that Anniversary Edition. And you install that in the same location where you installed the original game. And then that's going to give you, and then tell that to give you an icon. The icon is going to be this green AE. And when you click on it, you're going to get this, which looks super complicated, but I swear to you it's not. Because what you have here are all of the mods. These are just all the mods. So many mods. And every time you click one, see, this is blood. Adds blood effects to melee and bullet flesh hits. There you go. So you want to add blood. You want better weapons? Whatever that means. There's other, like, you know, skin changes and updates and all kinds of things. You can even go up here to mod type and sort it out by animation, character, new level. There's a ton of new levels that people have done, new endings to the game, bunch of cool stuff. Other, Yeah, that's where you find the HD screens. I suggest that you choose this because you probably will not be able to play it in your chosen resolution. It'll be in a tiny square in the middle of your screen if you don't. So yeah, definitely hit that HD screens. Yeah, particle that tells you, all of the things because there are particle bursts that happen when you beat up an enemy. Anyway, oh, and adds exploding barrels and whatnot. Yeah, all the fun things. Bunch of scripts that you can run. Yeah, this is where you get like the aftermath levels, a bunch of other stuff. There was originally multiplayer planned for this game, and I believe people have recreated that, but you have to run it LAN party style, I believe. Texture updates, yeah, all kinds of things. So, all the mods that you could ever possibly want for this game, pretty much. And then once you have your chosen mods, then you have these two buttons down here to either run it as full screen or run it as windowed. For me, it doesn't matter because even if I choose full screen, it's going to run it as windowed because of the whole 2K, 8K difference. Yeah, see, here, let me make sure and turn down this so that I don't get content matched for the music. But look at the difference. Look at the difference in size. It's still playing on my speakers and being picked up by my microphone, so it probably will get content matched. But like the difference between between 1080p and 2K is this area right here. And it's a similarly large extra bit of area from 2K to 4K. That's why you shouldn't lose your brain over 4K. It's just slightly better. Slightly. Sounds like it should be way better. It's not. Diminishing margin of returns. Anyway, so that is how, and then you just, anytime you want to run Oni, just run it from, hit this AE installer, the green icon on your desktop, put whatever mods you want on it. If you choose any mods, you have to install them first. If I chose those two, which I don't actually want to choose those two, I didn't even look what they were. So if you choose your mods, and then you got to hit install first, it will install to whatever location you've already chosen because you've already installed this in the same place. Also, if you were to find mods that are not even there, they do updates on this. So if you were to create a mod, I don't know if people still are. Let's see. No, 2024. There are people still making mods for this game now. So, yeah, if you want to make a mod, you can add it to this update. They apparently update it frequently because the fans have kept this game alive, and you can play it for free, and it's super fun, and I highly recommend that you do. And yeah, if you have any troubles, hit me up in the comments section. I will try and, do a little IT, help you out if I need to, but it's pretty straightforward. If you haven't worked with ISOs before, just look it up on YouTube, a quick tutorial, and you'll be like, oh, I just right click it and hit mount. Yeah, that's what you do. And then when you're done with it, you hit right click and unmount or eject. Yeah, it's all you need to do. Anyway, people, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for being here for this one. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.